I make about $5,000 from every single YouTube video I post on this channel, and that has made me over $500,000 over the last year on YouTube. So I'm about to show you how I do this for me and hundreds of other business owners on YouTube, leading to millions and millions of dollars in high-ticket clients. It all comes down to a simple 3-step framework that I'm about to show you to find, convince, and convert people from absolute strangers into high-paying clients. So let's dive in. This is my channel, and this video alone has generated us over $20,000. Then this video right here has generated us over 10, and this video right here has generated us around 5. And every single video that we post on our channel usually averages out to around $5,000 if you look at everything across our entire channel. Basically, here's just a couple more breakdowns of how much these videos made us. And here are a few more of the recent ones. This one was just posted, so it's made us 0. This one has made us around 1,000. This one has made us around 1,000 as well. And this one has made us 8,000. So in total, if you average everything out, it comes out to about $5,000 a video. Now, how do we actually do this? Well, we need to start with who. When you're trying to make money on YouTube, you need to figure out who actually will pay you money. Who is the person that if you get on a sales call with them, you know that they are going to spend $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $25,000 with you. You need to figure out who is the person who equals the money. And then the next thing that you need to do is figure out, what does this person struggle with? What are the problems that this person has? Because if you can solve these problems, then you can make money, because people will pay for their problems to be solved. And if you're the one who's solving them, they will pay you. Now you need to solve these problems with YouTube videos. When you solve this person's problems with videos, you are essentially creating a ton of leverage in your business, because one video doesn't solve one person's problem like a sales call would. One video solves 1,000 people's problem, solves 10,000 people's problem, could even solve 1,000,000 people's problem, depending on how niche your market is. What this person does is this person will look on YouTube for stuff to solve their problems. And this is a constant thing that happens. People are constantly searching up their problems on YouTube trying to solve them, because when they solve them, they make money. And you essentially need to be the one to solve those, because if you are that person who solves them, then you will be the one that they pay money to, which is exactly what you want. You essentially need to be the person who is creating these videos, because there is constant demand for these problems to be solved. And if you're the one making the videos, they will start to know you as the person who solves their problem. And this will eventually lead to you looking like this with Lambo keys in your hand and dollar bills coming out of every part of your body. So to do this, we need to install realities. Now, this is something I've never heard anyone talk about, but all it is essentially putting ideas inside of someone's brain. So let's say we have someone here. You are essentially dropping an idea inside their brain. You're installing a reality into their brain that convinces them that they need you in order to achieve their problem. This could look like a lot of things, but one reality that we can install is that ads are saturated. So what we could say is cost is higher than ever, and competition is at an all-time high, meaning that the actual money that you are making is lower. So that is a reality. And then we could use facts and data to actually back that reality up and start to make that belief go up in that person. And the thing is, most of these realities are real things. Like, for example, ads are getting more saturated, ad costs are rising, competition is rising, and a lot of these realities that you're installing should be actual real things. They're not fake realities. Like, for example, ad costs are rising, competition's at an all-time high, and people are struggling to succeed with it. And this leads to trust being at an all-time low. I mean, you can look at this study. People's trust has gone down. But you need to pick and choose what realities you actually need to install in someone's brain. So one thing that you can install is a mentor that could go into their brain. Then they need a skill set. So let's say they need a skill set to make money. And then they need a community of like-minded people in order to achieve that thing even faster, right? And not get burned out and keep accountable. So you are essentially installing these realities inside this person's head. And when you install realities, you are doing that in an intentional way that serves you. So with this guy who's installing these realities right here, why this would serve him is because he provides a community. He maybe has a course or a coaching program on these skills that you need to learn to make money. And then he also is your mentor. You need a mentor. He's a mentor. Pretty convenient, right? And that will essentially make this person hand you a ton of money. Now, this is something that we try to do for all of our clients. We literally have them fill out an entire thing on their ideal avatar. Then we figure out what realities they need to install in those viewers in order to make them to buy. Then we essentially construct these videos in a way that installs these realities in the right order and provides evidence, repeats them until their prospects actually fully believe that reality that the person is installing inside their brain. Because that's the most important thing. Because right now, someone is not paying you because they don't have the right realities installed. Maybe they're afraid to invest money. That's a reality that you can install, right? You could say, hey, the most successful people in the world invest money. Here's the relation of people who spend money on coaching versus their income. Here's a study done by that. Or for example, me, I could say your prospects don't trust you, right? Like look at this survey. There is a trust recession right now. And YouTube is actually the best way to combat that because you are having your prospects spend hours and hours with you building a relationship at scale that you are essentially using to become their friend. And they are so much more likely to pay you money after that. They did a study to show how long someone needs to watch you before they're ready to buy. And they found out the average time was 7 hours. So if you're currently just advertising on a 60-second ad to a 10-minute VSL, it's just going to keep getting harder and harder to make money because you don't have any trust building assets where people spend a ton of time with you developing a relationship built into your sales process. So that's installing a reality. But now that you're installing those realities in your viewers and they are convinced that they need your product, you need to figure out how to optimize your retention for cash. So as you know, someone pays you money based on the value that they think that you can provide. And the more time that they spend with you, the more value they perceive that you can provide them, right? Because if someone doesn't know you, they don't know that you can add a lot of value. And as they watch more and more of your content, assuming that it is actually valuable, they will build that relationship over time. But also, as they spend more and more time with you, a lot of them will drop off. They'll maybe get bored, they'll just move on, they'll find someone else, they'll drop off the video and drop off of the channel eventually. So as you can see on this graph, the retention goes down and the value perception goes up. Now, how we actually use that is that we optimize your CTA on this equilibrium point. So on a video that is 10 minutes long, right? We have 0 and then we have 10 minutes. We essentially want to optimize this right at the equilibrium point, which happens around minute 5. So we want to include a CTA telling the prospect to take an action right when they reach that mid-equilibrium point on the video. Because at that point in the video, they have gotten enough value from the video in order to be satisfied and know that you know what you're talking about. But there's still a big portion of people that are watching the video. Because if you CTA at the end, when value is high, there's just not going to be anybody on the video. Or if you CTA at the beginning, when retention is high, there's just not going to be much value perceived. So you really have to find this equilibrium point right here. And by the way, to do a proper CTA, it is extremely simple. All you have to do is just do a 1-line CTA. So literally just keep it like one sentence, like, you know, and if you want us to do this for you too, click the link below. For example, I would say, if you want us to tell you exactly what content to make in order to make a ton of money, show you how to install realities and build out your CTA, intro, outro frameworks, and basically make sure that you make a ton of money and have a ton of success on YouTube, then click the first link in the description. So keep it super simple, just 1 or 2 line CTA and then go right back into the video. So from there, we need to actually go into the funnel. So what actually happens once someone watches your videos? They go from that YouTube video, they go here, and then they click on a link. So they go to a landing page. So you have your header here and then just like a bunch of stuff down here in your VSL. And from here, a portion of them will drop off and a portion of them will keep going. So the people who keep going will simply book a call. And then the people who don't book a call will get sent into an email sequence. Also, one thing to mention is this VSL video right here that you are going to be having on your landing page is actually a video on YouTube. So when someone watches this VSL, they will automatically get cookied by Google and they will be sent back to your YouTube channel. They'll start getting recommended your content more and more over the coming days. So YouTube actually does a lot of the work for you, right? You don't need to run retargeting ads because YouTube automatically retargets the people who watch your channel. So just a little thing there. From here, after they go into an email sequence, we run a 14-day email sequence, basically just capturing people, sending them back to the landing page in order to book a call. We nurture with case studies and just add a ton of value in that email sequence. It's called a soap opera sequence. And here from the call, they either go into a close or they didn't close or they said no. And if they said no, they'll still be in that email sequence getting nurtured. They'll also be on your YouTube channel, just getting more and more value. So if they close, then obviously you make a ton of money. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated at all. Now, this is a very simple kind of representation of the overall funnel. Inside of our accelerator program, we have a lot more that goes into this. We have pre-call assets, thank you page videos, qualification forms, low ticket funnels, a bunch of stuff that just makes you a ton more money. But overall, this is the simplest form of the funnel. And to be honest, it's YouTube. People trust you so much that having a simple funnel like this does convert. But there's one more thing that holds a lot of people back, and it comes down to this graph. If you look here, YouTube viewers have literally just reached an intersection in 2023 where they actually beat out TV viewership. YouTube, social media have beat TV, which is absolutely ridiculous, right at this intersection right here. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that YouTube is getting more and more popular, right? Meaning that there is more and more competition, and YouTube is capturing a lot of the TV viewership that wasn't there. And I believe over the next 10, 20, 30 years, YouTube is going to just keep going up, and it's going to have more and more competition on the platform. And this is the reason why people like Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozi are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and working tirelessly to build their personal brand, because they understand that there is only a certain amount of attention to go around. And right now, this digital real estate is getting captured by people like this. Right now, I'd say we're about 60% of the way there. There's still all of this, which is uncaptured. The next 5 years, I think, are going to be the last time that this actually exists. This part of the market that is not captured yet. And it is extremely important, if you own an online business, that you start making YouTube videos today. Because if you don't, other people will, and your business will be at such a disadvantage because you didn't capture this real estate while it was still available. Now you have to pay way more for the real estate. Think of like the gold rush, right? Everyone was going to get gold, but also people were going and snagging up huge plots of land at insanely cheap prices because no one frankly owned. Well, you can argue about that, but it was available for the taking. And right now there is so much attention left to grab, and it's so easy right now. You just have to know a little bit about what you're doing on YouTube, and you can start to build a real significant audience that makes you a ton of money. It's like you're just literally missing out on a ton of cash if you're not currently making YouTube videos. And over time, that amount that you're missing out on will get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And it will be harder and harder to capture that. So now is the best time in history for business owners, specifically coaches, consultants, agency owners, info product businesses, to start making content on YouTube, to start capturing that digital real estate before it's too late. The problem is they're business owners, not creators, and it takes them years and years to figure out how to do that. If you want to fast track your results, your growth by 12 to 24 months, then work with us. But even if you don't, then please start making YouTube videos, start capturing this real estate for your business. And I guarantee 5 years down the line, it'll be one of the best things that you did for your business. And if you want to see a more in-depth breakdown of how we work with you, click right here and I'll see you on that video. Thanks. Have a good one.